Things are really bad right now if you happen to be a member of the Republican Party. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who of course are at the top of that Republican ticket now, Trump as the presidential nominee, J.D. Vance as the vice presidential nominee, they're killing the party. Whether it's Donald Trump's attacks on Kamala Harris for, as he puts it, not actually being black, or all of J.D. Vance's horrible comments about women and childless cat ladies and the attacks on families, none of it is resonating with American voters. You have Republicans in the Senate and the House that have come out in the last 4 or 5 days denouncing Donald Trump's comments. You've had media pundits talking about how bad J.D. Vance's comments are and how there's really no excuse for them. And now, according to new reports, the Republican strategists in Washington, D.C., along with members of the House and Senate and the conservative media class, are sounding the alarm bells about how damaging these two men have been in just a week for the entire Republican Party. Because let's not forget, even though Trump and J.D. Vance are going to be at the top of the ballot, they're not the only Republicans on that ballot. And all of the horrible things they say and do that drive people to vote against them are more likely to make those voters also vote against every other Republican on that ballot. And that is what is freaking these people out. So here's a couple of quotes from some of these Republican strategists, all over the country, by the way. They don't have a narrative that they're comfortable with about how to take down Harris. He's grasping around. I think he's desperately grasping around with his instincts. I don't think his team has any way to put their handle on this, and so he's instinctually grasping around for what to say. Politico noted, Trump's comments Wednesday on Harris's racial background drew some of the biggest gasps from the audience and provided Democrats with ammunition. The former president has a long history of making incendiary remarks, and some party strategists suspect it is a reflection of his impulse to draw attention to himself when it is not on him, even when the resulting headlines are negative. Which, of course, echoes what I've been saying for many, many weeks now. But according to Allie Beth Stuckey, a conservative podcast host, she said, quote, Kamala Harris might deserve name-calling, but doing so will only garner her sympathy. Then, of course, you have John Fredericks, a Trump-backing conservative radio host, who said personal attacks against Kamala Harris are really ill-advised and ill-placed and have no upside in this campaign. When you've got all the issues, you've got everything working to your favor, why are you going to use personal attacks? They don't work against Trump, and they're not going to work against her. Here's the thing, though. They actually are working against Donald Trump, right? The whole they're weird thing is actually working very well. It's just that you can't attack people for their gender. You can't attack them for their ethnicity. You can't attack them for their religious beliefs. Like, there really are still, believe it or not, a couple areas in American politics that are untouchable, and for good reason. In fact, there should be more things that are untouchable. But Trump and Vance don't care. They're out there attacking women. They're out there attacking people's ethnicities. They're just attacking everything under the sun because they're backed into a corner. And the one dude whose quote I just read is like, you're winning on all the issues. No, he's not. Okay? How about you open up a poll, any poll, really? I mean, Harris is leading in all of them. Why don't you actually look at what the voters are saying? Because things are not going well for Donald Trump at all. His economic policies, you want him to talk about those? Okay. Well, 16 Nobel Prize-winning economists have warned us that if we enact Donald Trump's economic policies, we will be headed very quickly into a depression. Okay, not recession, depression. So you probably don't want him talking about policy either, because the more he'll talk about that, the more points he'll lose on whether or not he's the one trusted to handle the economy. Y'all are losing all around, and that's what these people are freaking out about. Because they're not just worried about losing the White House. They're worried about Trump and Vance costing them every other race on those ballots this coming November. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.